What a perfect day.
Gosh, it's beautiful. Look at that blue sky as I hike past too. It's just gorgeous. Now as we get to some shaded area, as we get to higher elevations, Bucket and I, you're gonna see bigger snow patches here and there. Sunny areas, not so much. Some guys may say, why aren't you snowshoeing it? You don't want to snowshoe this early. The only time you're gonna snowshoe is when you're post-holing so much in deep snow that you're expending tremendous amounts of energy. For me, 6 inches of snow, it's easier not to snowshoe. Remember, anytime you strap on the shoes, you're gonna be expending a lot more energy. You're gonna have poles, you're gonna have your shoes, you have to modify your gait, the way you walk. It's tougher. It's not like walking, it's tougher. So personally, Bucket and I, we keep the snowshoes off as long as possible. And there's definitely not enough snow up here to even warrant them. But I know some guys might be wondering that, I don't know, maybe haven't got out in snow a lot. Don't shoe it up until you have no choice. And then if you have to shoe away, bring lots of calories though, because you just upped your calorie output to compensate for the harder work. And you're not going to be able to go as far, generally.
Honestly, if you have the skills and the knees for it, I really think that backcountry skis and in steep terrain like this with skins on, climbing skins,
Yeah.
is the way to go, because you get...
Telemarkers would be smoking us now.
They'd be smoking us. Not only
No
going
doubt.
uphill in snowshoes, but when it comes time to go downhill, they're gone.
I think you said it though. You got to be skilled and practiced in that, and in shape. You better have some good cardio, some good legs to go telemarking uphill
And downhill.
and downhill. As we go to higher elevations, here comes the wind. Our old friend, the wind. Making progress, bro. Making progress.
Dude, smell that.
Are you serious? I smell evergreen with a slight tinge of ass.
I recommend a diet heavy in evergreen.
What was I thinking to actually smell Bucket's fingers? That's sick. He's sick. In the journal I keep, a green day means it's time well spent, man. Got out and you did something worthwhile that you'll remember, just like today. All right, we're gonna take a shortcut up a Boulder Field. Yeah, don't worry, we're gonna use care, not dislodging any. Go on up, dude, and I'll follow you.
Scoot, Allie.
She'll follow you.
How about
Tell her giddy up.
giddy up?
Tell her again, over and over again.
Come on, Allie, giddy up.
Go on, go on.
Yeah.
This is the kind of terrain I'm talking about. Having your dog sure-footed, confident. Takes a little bit of training, she's used to it. All right, dude, I gotta stow the camera for this. This is gnarly. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Go Bucket, go Bucket. Dude, it's hard hiking and filming. It's tough.
Yeah, I can see the trail.
Okay. Try not to step on foliage too as we go. Huh?
Some sweet shots to have our SPRs.
Oh, dude, it'd be awesome. Did you like that?
Yeah.
What are you smelling, dog? Is there pee-pee on those limbs? Buggett's urine, probably.
Yeah, good chance.
He pretty much leaves a trail of scent wherever he goes. The good thing is that, you know, the Hound Dogs can track you down if you ever get lost in the wilderness.
And that's, see, the other thing is, you know, normally I would be leaving a lot more.
Yeah.
But since you said it's a no assless chaps day, I'm in pants.
The thing is too, those Hound Dogs, they can really zero in on fecal smells. It's almost like having a satellite locator beacon when I hike with Buggett, leaving a trail of fecal wherever he goes. Hey, what do you know, a trail. That's nice. And yes, we use trails whenever we can, as long as we haven't overshot them. To hook up?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Snow's getting a little deeper in the snow, shady patches here. I love it. Starting to post hole up there, dog. Can't keep her pack from listing. Allie, come. Let me redistribute your pack. Get over here, dog. Come. Come, get over here. You better get over here. Fix your pack, dog. chicken jerky. She loves it. You want some, Bucket?
Very tempting.
Maybe later. I need to water her up too. Okay, let me put that over here. She's fat. Stop. You stay right there, stink. She's packing a couple blades too. Do that. That should be better. Huh. Now you can see what old Nutnfancy was talking about with the Gators. Deeper snow. Oh, dude. I post hold huge right there. How about I follow your footprints? That would be good. So how's that no gator option working out, dude?
These gators are for chumps.
Let me clear the way for you, Holmes. Step aside, greenhorn. I'll blaze a trail you can follow. By the way, we need to break left here. It goes up and over. I think it's up here.
Serious?
Yeah, I don't think we've missed it.
Maybe we gotta work around that way instead of going taking the high road. Thanks.
Yeah, let's do that. In the summertime, there's a better, more defined trail you can follow. Bucket Nestor's gonna have total snow in his boots. I'm gonna be laughing. So will Allie. She loves the snow. Loves it. I remember one year I went taking her out on an outing in deep snow. It was like 3 feet of powder, and she would run and dive and torpedo under the snow and come out the other end. It was awesome. I wish I had it on video before I had a good video camera. So many experiences before TMP I wish I had pictures and videos of that I could use, but I don't. I do now. You know, the cool thing about being where we are, Bucket Nestor and myself, where we live, is we can get real alpine just like we are today. I mean, this is probably as alpine as any other place in the world.
It is. It is. In fact,
we're getting ready to leave the tree line, by the way, and go into the higher elevations.
you know, if you had to pick a favorite terrain, I mean, I don't know, for me, it'd be hard to pick anything more scenic than this. I love it.
I agree. It's outstanding. Allie loves it too. Bucket Nestor, by the way, is Nordic in background. Specifically, your ancestors come from where?
Uganda.
Okay, I was a little off on his ancestry.
It's German and German-Norwegian, but
yep.
Not that it matters, but little anecdote.
True. It's cool though. I mean, Bucket and I were talking to come up here shooting. We've done it before, but to do a full-on run and gun, it's hard.
It's hard. It's just that the terrain isn't conducive to it. There's not the open spaces that you need.
Hauling it all the way up here, forget it. I mean, you can bring your gun, your ammo, but for targets, steel plates, all the other.
Logistically, it's the targets that's the problem.
Yep.
It's not the rest of the stuff's doable, but bringing targets, what a pain.
Word. Off she goes in chase of yet another squirrel. Get it. Oh, there he is. You see him up in the tree there. Get him. Get him. Her attack command is as follows. Boogity, boogity, boogity. By the way, she won't attack. She just, not with that command. There's another one where she'll go for blood. That's secret. Boogity, boogity is her play attack. Just go and play with them. We are approaching 10,000 feet in elevation, my friend. Oh, grouse. There they go. Alley in hot pursuit. Awesome. Should have got him better on camera. Either grouse or ptarmigan. I didn't see. Dude, look at that view.
This is phenomenal. Look at that.
Bucket Nester and myself, we have designated this as a high alpine knife clinic. What do you say, dude?
Digging it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Approaching about 10,000 feet in elevation. Temperature's fallen. It's not way cold. I'd only say about 45 degrees, 48 degrees maybe.
Yeah, but the high altitude in the sun, it's comfy.
It's way nice.
And we've got a little bit of a windbreak here, so this is what we're going to go with, right?
Yeah, we are. Mother Nature's provided us some wood. We're not going to cut down any wood. It's already here. And we're going to minimize our impact by, we're not going to process any more wood than we need to. Test a few blades. Might make a stove.
Could be.
It'll be a new thing for me. We're going to test that against that little MSR stove. And we're just going to enjoy the scenery out here, dudes. Look at this. Listen to that wind off in the distance, Bucket. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, that's great.
It's just beautiful up here. Again, we're not really remote out here. We're actually only a couple miles in, if that. But very steep. It was a steep hike to get here, huh?
It was steep, and you know the time of year it is. It's it's nice. We haven't seen anyone.
We own the place.
We do.
Cool. So, setting up camp, starting some knife testing. I'll show you what blades we brought up with us today. We'll set them up right over there. Nutnfancy Bucket Nester. Alpine knife review, dudes. Thanks for coming. Bucket Nester checking out the Nitecore D20 tabletop review coming up. Yeah, dude, you can totally do that. You can set the level of brightness on that light, and when you turn it off and then turn it on again, it remembers it.
Really?
Way cool.
So what you're saying is you can go full bright, full off, and no other options in
That's
between.
correct.
So in a situation where you don't want to be dicking with your settings.
That is absolutely correct. That Nitecore D20 rocks.
So how much is a light like this run?
55, 60.
Wow.
I opt for those, dude, over Surefire any day. Surefire is a good light, but it's just
they
overpriced.
Are good, but they're like the only military game in town, and they're expensive. And if they're a decent light, if there's other options out there, it'd be nice to pursue some that weren't $300.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
And that's LED, Cree LED technology. As far as I know, relatively recoil proof. Love that.
One way to find out.
I've
right?
gone diving with that light.
Really?
Yeah, I took it down to Lake Mead, man. Took it down to about 20 feet. Just it
looks like a nice
down.
light.
It's awesome. I need to knock my tabletop out. I want to get a couple more beam shots before I do it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're sorting gear, setting up the bivouac knife testing. A lot of dudes ask me all the time, hey Nutnfancy, what do you carry when you go day hiking? You know, it just depends on where we are. And I think most guys are like this. So we're not very remote, like I said today. And so I don't need a ton of survival stuff. There's a couple things I brought. I probably overpack every time I go. Bucket does too. You'll see some of the blades here in a second. But here's a look-see at what's in my pack today. Just as a quick review, I laid it out. I always take fire capability no matter where I go. We're blessed with really nice weather right now, but it could easily turn on us. It can end up in rain, snow. We could get chilled to the bone.
Especially in a high alpine environment. The storms at high altitude, they kick up out of nowhere.
That's correct. So always have a fire capability with you. I think you guys know that. I've said as much in my Bucket, and I've said it in other knife clinic or outings before. This is my fire kit, and this is probably a little bit more extensive than I normally carry. There's tinfoil to use as a fire base on snow. There's some fat wood, trioxane tablet in here. And there's that Strike Force fire starter, flint and steel. That's a bigger one than I normally carry. I actually have my smaller version here somewhere. I brought them both just for reference. And then I have the REI lifeboat matches in there. Those are awesome, completely windproof. And then also I carry a lighter. When it's, temperatures like this, just a normal lighter will work. It gets cold, it gets wet, forget it, it won't. Gun, the Kel-Tec P3AT today with an extra mag, 90 grain Hydra shocks. Honestly, it's really not needed out here. Do you think, Bucket?
No, I don't think so.
It's not needed. I just brought it just because. I need it more people are, not up here really.
Yeah.
you know, if you're going into bear country, that's not going to do much anyhow.
No, it's not going to do much. And this time of year at this altitude, there's no bears. So.
There's nothing up here. You have no threats. Off she goes, pursuing critters of some sort. So yeah, Caltech PF9. Mainly, the main reason I would carry that, and it's mostly like Buggett saying in warm weather, is cougar.
Yeah.
And cougar have been known to attack humans before, so kind of for that.
There have been some cougar incidences up here in these mountains recently.
That's correct.
Last month.
Yes, so there you have it. So that's mostly for cougar, and yes, it could be effective against that. Honestly, more effective against cougar would be one of these big old blades.
Yeah.
And guys say, oh, that's a bunch of crap. Oh yeah, how about that lady who was attacked in California? Those two female mountain bikers attacked, and one was getting eaten by a cougar, and the other one jumped on the cougar and had to use a stick to stab it in the eye to get it to peel away from her friend. She saved her life, but her friend got mauled really bad, needed a whole bunch of facial reconstructive surgery.
Honestly, it's nice to have some standoff capability with the pistol, but if you're going to be attacked by a cougar, chances are you may not see it coming.
It checks. It might be hand to hand, like immediately, or hand to claw.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that would come in handy then. Fall Neven A1. Love that knife. We're going to test it some more. It's been tested already. Love that knife. Buggett Nester has a particular affinity with this knife.
I don't know what it is, man. I just dig that knife.
He loves it. He loves the Fall Neven. Remember, Buggett's not a knife guy, guys.
He's not.
He uses them as tools, and I think he's representative, like I said before, of most guys. That, hey, yeah, knives are cool. I don't collect them. I just need them as a tool to do what I need to do with them.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor? Take her pack off, too.
Yeah. You know what? I got a question for you. We were talking about shelter earlier.
Yes.
I see you packed a tube tent here.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on doing a bivy sack versus a tube tent?
It's fine. Have something you can crawl into. The reason a tube tent, this is going to weigh about 8 ounces, so it's not super light. And it's pretty cheesy, actually. You have to string it between 2 limbs, as you can see, but it's fast.
Yeah.
And it's fast and easy, and as opposed to having to seek out natural shelter or build natural shelter, maybe, I know debris shelters are really popular with guys. We're going to do one of those one of these times. But those take time, a lot of time. And, well, some guys say, well, debris shelter, I can throw that up in, 10 minutes. Well, maybe not. This is ready-made, and it's ready to rock and roll. And if someone's in shock and hypothermia, and I need to warm them up quick, I'm going to erect my tube tent. That's relatively easy to do. At least I have wind protection if I orient it correctly. And then I carry this. I carry my Adventure Medical Kits Thermo Bivy. You guys have seen this in my level 2 first aid kit. I think I covered it. If not, that is kind of a compact thermo sleeping bag.
Really?
By Adventure Medical Kits. Feel how light that is.
Wow.
That's your bivy right there, Buggett. That is a full-on bivy that you can crawl in if you're cold, hyperthermic or whatnot. Of course, you're going to have to create some insulation, maybe use your fleece jacket you brought, any other clothing you brought.
And it looks like it's still semi-ventilated, so you're not going to...
The material itself is not ventilated.
It is not?
But it has a Velcro zipper, not zipper, but closure along the side of it, so you can ventilate it and get the moisture out of it, which is cool.
Okay.
It weighs all of a few ounces. If I think about it, I'll annotate how much it weighs, but I always bring that with me for shock. If for whatever reason you end up spending the night.
Yeah.
You come out here, you break a leg, you're alone. Sometimes I'm alone, sorry. Spend the night, it's no big deal. Bring some food, and that'll get on with our other items. So shelter, there's your warmth. I bring for clothing according to the conditions, and today the conditions were relatively mild. So I bring my anorak from LL Bean, sadly no longer made. I cover that in my extended stay backpacking videos. Medium weight Polartec fleece, 300 actually, so I guess that's heavyweight. Today I have 3 gloves. These fleece gloves weigh almost next to nothing. They keep your hands warm and dry. I'm to the point now, if I get my hands cold, they start hurting.
Yeah.
And once your hands are not functional, that's a bad thing. For all the work you need to do with your tools, you guys know that. So I keep them warm. I got another set REI. These are kind of biking fleece gloves. They fit tight, great dexterity, my work gloves. Then I have just a little bit of food with me, a Mountain House meal. That's a pouch to warm it up. I have a titanium pot. You can bring a coffee can, a tin can if you want. I have my stove with me here too, actually. Where did it go? There's again my Apache backpack. There it is. The little MSR, what is that thing called? You'll see an annotation. I think it's a, I want to say Jetfire or something like that. But that thing's light and it just takes a little fuel cartridge you screw on there. Fast. I have my Swiss Army knife, the Mechanic. Whistle, always take a whistle. There's a Buck Vantage Pro or Vantage Select, I forget which one it is. This is a great EDC blade, all around camp knife. Nightcore D20. Leatherman, always have that on me. That's the S2 Juice. It's my absolute most favorite mid-size multi-tool. Nothing's changed that. Great blade. Always bring some 550 cord with you. Multi-purpose, if I do have to create a natural shelter or a windbreak or a number of other natural things, this will come in handy. A couple Costco wipes for cleaning hands, and also disinfecting things. I could use that in conjunction with my level 1 first aid kit right here. Gerber singling mirror, polycarbonate, not glass, super lightweight. And I wish we had time today. I don't want to spin it, bug it, but to show these guys how effective that singling mirror is.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to see.
In Siri training, you practice with them, you really realize how effective it is. You could have a dude over there in that basin. As long as he's on that sun side slope, and if he singlets, we could totally see him. It weighs all of an ounce. Always take a singling mirror with you. Always take a whistle. And then I just have a cup. This is a smaller size survival knife. This is, I don't know why they discontinued it. This is such a great knife. 1095 continues to be my overall favorite steel for a wilderness blade. And this is a Spec Plus SP17 Quartermaster. What a great blade that is. We're going to put some more test on that with its sheath. And that is a good mid-size survival knife. I don't always carry big steel with me if I'm not anticipating working with tools. Gorilla duct tape on a credit card. Bug it, I think you wrap yours on your water bottle, right?
I do.
Okay.
Either on my water bottle, or if I've got a stove with me, I've got some wrapped around my MSR fuel bottle as well.
Or your scrotum. Those are your techniques that you use, right?
They are.
Yeah.
They are. It does tend to constrict things a bit, though, so I tend not to use that unless I have
credit card's better than
right.
Credit card or bottle. Then that's a couple energy bars, of course. Ace bandage, and what's this for? This is twine that I sometimes carry. This is just normal twine for wilderness trap making. I can do all kinds of things with that. I can actually use it to lash this onto the end of a spear, and this is kind of ridiculous in our current setting. We would never do that up here, but in a more remote area, if I was stuck for a long period of time, totally doable. I could also use a duct tape, which I think is a more effective way to attach the blade to a stick for using it in that manner. In bear country, that'd be an option too.
It would.
If bear's coming, I'd rather have my knife on the end of a strong pole than me holding it with my hand.
Or boar.
Or boar. Down south Texas, hunting boar. Dude, that would be a fun.
Guys do it.
They do, with blades.
Yeah.
That's brutal, though. I don't know.
That's primitive.
It is. There's a dude in our unit that does it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy dude, I would totally have to get out the
He is so funny. He goes out and dresses in a loincloth and does it in the middle of...
himself.
And paints himself. And he goes out boar hunting with a blade and spears. Dude, we ought to show that on camera. That'd be so funny. I talked to him about it. I said, dude, we got to show you on camera. That'd be so funny. I'll come with you. We'll do a Nutnfancy boar hunt with you in your loincloth. He's like, all right, I'm up for it. This guy is funny, man. He's just getting back to his roots. Then I got a trowel if I got to do a number 2 out there. I always believe in leaving no trace whatsoever in the out of doors. And you guys know about the level 1 first aid kit. Do I bring a bigger multi-tool than that? Generally not. Do I always bring this many blades? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This is representative. I generally have some redundancy in my tool department on a day hike. Always bring a big blade. That way I can do fire capability, shelter capability. Mid-sized blade is actually optional. If I bring a sack, that is Swiss Army knife or a multi-tool, sometimes I'll just leave that at home. But it's quick to deploy and it's steel that's readily available from your pocket corner in case you do for whatever reason need it. Gun, optional depending on where you're going. Fire's not optional, always. By the way, that's a Nightcore D10 and a Phoenix headband. Just an outstanding wilderness headlamp. And then I always bring cord with me.
Speak to the price a little bit on that. What's that going to set someone back?
About $60 for that Nightcore D10. It's kind of expensive for what it is. It's a single AA. But the ramping capability on those Nightcores, also the Phoenix L1Ds, just amazing. Because you can select your level of illumination, maximize excuse me, maximize your battery life out here.
Yep.
You know, oh, by the way, I don't show my spare batteries. They're in my pack. I carry 2 sets of AA's. One's lithium, one's Sanyo Inteloops. But that's what it is. What I love about the D10, and I'll say that in the tabletop, is it can go very low. So as you're hiking out and your eyes are totally acclimated to the night, you don't need a lot of illumination.
No, you don't. And on if you've got a moonlit night and there's snow, you don't need
You don't need any. Like we showed on that one hike out. I don't know if we did or not, but
I think we did last year.
yeah, we don't hike out with flashlights. That's stupid. You know, to keep the lights off unless you absolutely need them. If you drop something in the snow, if you're trying to, you know, find the trail and everything, then you can do it. So that's it, you know, in a nutshell, what I'm packing today. And then I've got some Lexan silverware. I generally have more eats with me, but again, this is tailored for what we have going on today.
Did that wind kick up?
Yeah, it is. Let's get the blade test and I'll take a couple pics. And this is again the Apache 3000 with a thermo comp. I always have my thermo comp with us too. I forgot to show that too. There's my Mylar water bladder with a water filter, the Voyager water filter and camera. I guess I forgot to show a lot of things, and my head sweats band when we're really working. And then my trusty REI hiking poles. Nowadays with my YouTube commitments, honestly, I'm not using poles that much very often. It's just I have a camera in one hand.
It's too hard to shoot with a camera.
You can't do it, so it sucks for the knees because I love using hiking poles. They're outstanding. And then Allie has her own pack. That is a Chuck Wagon by... Off she goes. That's a Chuck Wagon pack. I think they have an updated version of that by kel-tec. And she's actually carrying a few blades too in her food. And I need to water her up too. And there again is Bucket Nestor's pack. Dude, anything about your pack you want to talk about? Let's see your loadout.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot in here today because I knew you'd bring everything.
Roger that. And that's a good point. I mean, you don't have to be totally redundant, even though I kind of like the self-contained philosophy. If your buddy's separated from you, you should
I got
have...
a headlamp, I got some food, and what the hell?
How did that get in there?
You know, I let my guard down for 2 freaking seconds.
Dude, I was wondering why you were moving so slow.
You had to slow me down, didn't you?
I just had... Remember when I asked to do that pack check?
You freak.
Well, we're just kidding. That wasn't in there, but it was funny if it was.
Yeah,
We've done that before to other friends.
It has, and it was funny.
We have done that in the military. Oh gosh, I did it to one of my dudes in the military one time. It's hilarious. Dude, you got like nothing in that pack.
There's not much in here.
Do you have a first aid kit?
No. Actually, yeah, I do, but it's a really small one, just a really minimalist one.
So a Band-Aid and an alcohol swab?
Band-Aid,
2
alcohol
aspirin?
swab, some gauze, and a bullet.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys will be going, dude, haven't you seen the level 1 first aid kit? Bucket's Bucket. You just got to know that. He plots his own way in life. He does his own thing. We've had discussions for hours, days, and weeks about the things long before TMP. He'll listen politely, and then he'll do his own thing. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, and then I had him pack some blades up. Man, I got to quit talking. You can give me that candy bar if you want.
Let's break this out.
Break it. Break it. Okay, dudes, Bucket Nestor, Nutnfancy. These are the blades we've packed up. We always pack more blades than we can possibly test. First up, an old favorite in the Nutnfancy project, the Cold Steel Recon Scout. Love this blade. Great mid-range, hard-hitting, hard-splitting survival knife. Hopefully I won't dick up the stabs. RD9 by Ontario. We've been hacking with this blade already. I want to do it some more. There's some concerns I have about the steel, which I'll address in the tabletop review. Do that straighter. There we go. Mid-range Becker BK7 from Camillus. No longer made by Camillus, but now by K-Bar. It's still out there. Kind of a lighter weight mid-range survival knife. Spec Plus SP6 Ontario. This really isn't a survival knife as it is a fighting knife, as you can see by the swedge on top. Might as well pound with it a little bit, see what it does. Next up, Kershaw Outcast in D2. I think D2 is too brittle of a steel to be used as a hard pounding wilderness blade. I'd like to find out. This will be the first outing for this knife. Awesome, smaller survival knife, no longer made, sadly. That's a SP17 Quartermaster by Ontario, Spec Plus series. Great blade, we've already cut a lot with it. We'll cut some more maybe today. Cold Steel SRK, one of my favorite soldier knives for LBE wear. I think it's also a decent splitter, and it's pretty lightweight to carry, but a great all-around mid-sized survival knife. It's come to Alpine territory today with Bucket Nuster and Nutnfancy. Okay. Next up, I don't know how much cutting we'll do with these today. Both old, the SOG Seal Pup, and the new SOG Seal Pup Elite are represented today at high altitude with Nutnfancy and Bucket Nuster. We'll see if we can do just a little bit of splitting. These are light duty survival knives. I have no, you know, I can start over.
Keep going. Who cares? Keep going.
Oh, that's too funny. Both old and new SOG Seal Pup, SOG Seal Pup Elite. Why am I saying it over if I want to keep going? I just told those guys that.
I don't know.
I'll put that in the B-reel.
I'm just glad it's coming out your mouth and not out your butt like it normally
Get mine
does.
later. Both old and new. There's a SOG Seal Pup. The SOG Seal Pup Elite represented at high altitude today with Nutnfancy and Bucket Nuster. We'll do some medium or light duty cutting with these. These aren't really heavy duty survival blades. I know that. I think they'll be good options for soldier knives. I have some misgivings about this one. I think I've said it in some reviews. Handle's too short. I don't like how the cutting edge starts until way down here. This is an improvement. I'll say so in my tabletop review. Both along for the ride today. Hard to stick in the wood though because they're so lightweight. Let me try that again. There we go. That one's really hard because the balance is so jacked up on it. This regular Seal Pup. I'll get it. Told you. Blackhawk to Tang. It's already been tested in the Nutnfancy project. This will be like its 5th outing. Pretty impressed with this knife actually. It's a great chopper. Duracoated by me. You can kind of see how that Duracoat is wearing after some heavy duty chopping exercises. I'm running out of log, dude, so I got to do this one vertical. Yeah. That's it. Oh, almost. The chopper modified Gerber Profile cheapo knife, $18, but man, that's a cool handle. It's up here along for the ride too. Lightweight, great handle now, great camp knife. There we have it.
I think we're missing one.
Are we?
I think so.
Which one? Oh yeah, this one. The Mini Nimrvez by Benchmade. Love this blade. Love it. It's a great, lightweight, easy to carry fixed blade option. Dude, that is a cool array of blades, don't you think?
I agree.
God, that looks cool.
You know, the only thing that would make that set cooler?
Is this about you getting naked again? I hate that when you talk that way.
Oddly enough, this time it's not. I was kind of getting to the fall nibbin.
Oh, where is that, dude? Here, let me go get it. I cannot believe I missed that one.
Shooting.
I gotta take my knee brace off, man. My knee pad's riding is way weird. Last but not least, Fall Niven A1. Probably one of my all-time favorite all-around survival knives. Why? It's stainless steel, has an extremely thick blade, 3/16 inch thick if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I'll annotate it. Splits like a chainsaw, not too heavy, it's tough, will chip out on you, be careful. That's a hard laminated steel, kind of like the Sanmai 3, and so as you hit the ground with that, you can chip out. I know because I've done it with my A2 Fall Niven, but still a great blade.
I think you showed this one in your knife clinic, didn't you?
I have. Good point. This has been seen already up in the Nutnfancy Knife Clinic. We're bringing it out again. Bucket wants to test it, and I want more footage for my tabletop review, which I cannot believe I have not done yet. I'm gonna drop this one vertical too. I'm running out of log space. Wicked! There we have it. Bucket Nuster, Nutnfancy. Those are our knives. Time to get to work.
Let's do it.